Alright everyone, we are back with round 2 of Grand Arena 3v3 session. I did not get a chance to record my offense for the first round. I did put out a video on the defense, but I got a little busy on Sunday, so I couldn't record my offense. But let me give you a quick overview of what happened. My opponent was Ants. They did not have Darth Revan or Malik, and did not set a very strong defense. I think they kept most of it for offense. So it was a mismatch, and there was nothing much could do about it. But I one shot all of their teams, and they, even though they had all of their offense with them, they did not attempt anything on my defense. My defense was more or less untouched, except for I think one attempt on my Darth Revan team with the HK and Bastila. But apart from that, they did not attempt my defense. I think just seeing the mismatch in the roster, they might not have attacked. But it was I did manage to get some time in to take out my opponent, and it was a relatively a pleasant experience because for me, I've been recording these Grand Arena videos for the last 3 months since January. And every single Grand Arena I've been recording my offense. I've never missed one. But this is the very first time that I actually had a chance to attempt my offense in a long, long time without really worrying about the pressure of recording a video. And it felt good. It honestly, it felt like a little vacation actually. Because when you're actually recording a video, you're under a time pressure. You've got to wrap up the video in 45 minutes to an hour, and that means you've got maybe a minute or so to think about your defenses and go in. And especially when you see what's behind, and you get surprised by something, you really don't have much time to react. So it makes things a little difficult when you record a video. Plus the fact that you're going to be viewed later on by hundreds of viewers who might who are going to nitpick everything that you might go ahead and do, and you might every one of your mistakes will be amplified, and that is basically something which also creates pressure. So I've got to hand it out to all those live streamers out there. I mean, recording a video is one thing, but doing it live is something else. And having to play your optimum game in a situation like this is it's pretty stressful. So gotta hand it to them about going about their grand arena that way. I mean, others get to learn a lot with that, and I think even making mistakes, you learn a lot, and you tend to teach others also a lot. So anyway, that's basically that was my first round of grand arena. Let me tell you about my opponent in the second round. Now my in my group of eight, only two apart from me had Darth Revan and Darth Malik. The other five did not have Darth Revan at all. And both of them who had Darth Revan ended up winning their first matches, and they ended up getting matched up in the second round as well. So the person that I got matched up with in the second round does not have Darth Malik or Darth Revan, but my other two opponents do. So the one I'll end up meeting in the final will definitely have that. But I got sort of like a free pass for my first opponent, or rather my second opponent over here, Ace Oz, who does not have Darth Revan or Darth Malik. And my opponent must have seen my roster and decided that, since I was going to be putting my Darth Malik on defense with my Darth Revan, they went really heavy on defense as well. I think they might have decided not to attack much, or maybe just attack enough to get to complete their quests. But they went pretty heavy on defense, knowing that I already have Darth Revan and Darth Malik, who I'll probably keep on defense. So they kept their Triya team here. They kept the Jedi Knight Revan team and Zeta Boss team at the top wall, and at the bottom wall they kept their Zera Basti with Scoundrels, which was interesting. I think Basti, given all those buffs to and calling assists on Mission and Zalbar, will might prove a little tricky. So I have to think about what to take for that. There's a standard Kira, Vando, Chewie, and L3 team. There's a nest with a couple of Night Sisters. Talzin lead with Zombie, which could be a little tricky as well. But what I'm planning to do is, so I have. Let me show you briefly my defense, and then I can talk about my offense. So I did keep very similar to last time. I kept my Darth Revan with Bastion HK, and on the other side I kept EP, Sith Trooper, and Malak, and that's how I basically divided up my Sith Empire team. I'm hoping there's some shock synergy with Malak and EP. There's Karth, Juhani, and Candrass in the other side over there, and then at the bottom, some of these teams I'd kept at the back, but for this session I decided to pull them up in the front just because I wanted to try to see how these teams do on defense so that I can decide where to place them in my final round. Because my third round is going to be really tough against an opponent who has Darth Revan and Darth Malak. So here I kept my Grievous team. I pulled it up front. I pulled my GK Scoundrel team up front, and for my L3 and Vandor, instead of going with Kira um, Dengar, I went with a Stormtrooper Han combo. Now this is also a very interesting combo, which has a lot of synergy, and a few of my friends who've tried it have said that it has given them a few holes in Grand Arena. So unfortunately, my Stormtrooper Han is not that leveled up. And I realized after placing this team that even his leadership is not leveled up; it's only level 3. But it's just a test round anyway. This time, I'm not anticipating much trouble in my defense's holding. So let's see how this one does. And at the back, I've kept some Ewoks and some my standard Hide the Acolyte Daka team over there. And on top, I have a couple of speed leads with an attacker and a tank. So I've got a Admiral Akbar, who's got a plus 25 speed lead for Rebels. And then I've got my attacker Leia with the tank Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. And then the Empire speed lead with Tarkin with about 28 speed. And then the attacker TFP and tank of Shore. So I don't anticipate them reaching this zone at all, or even the zone below. They've pretty much kept everything on offense, on defense. I don't anticipate my zones in the front clearing. So it's going to be a low pressure attack phase, and I'm just going to do. I might try a few things out just to see how they do, but I'm just going to have fun and try to take these teams down. All right, so let's attack the section at the top. That seems to be the tougher section with both Treya as well as Jedi Knight Revan. So I'm going to take care of both these teams first, and then attack the Bosk to clear to see what's behind, and then I'll go back to the section below. All right, so for the Jedi Knight Revan team, he's got a pretty fast Yoda and about a 290 speed Revan, I think. But his Yoda, he's kept his speed mods on them. I'm not sure why. Yoda is at 316 with 5,500 special damage. Not that much special damage, but extremely speedy. That's probably not how I would have modded Yoda, but that's what they've done here. And for this team, to take out that Jedi Knight Revan trio team with Grandmaster Yoda and Jolie, a very popular counter is let's see, Sith. A very popular counter is Treya lead with Nihilus and Thrawn. This provides a lot of control, and with a clear annihilate to Revan, the whole team falls apart. And because there's no tank to hide behind, no Kenobi or anything over here, it makes it easier to target anyone that you want. So fracture on Yoda at all times, annihilate on Jedi Knight Revan, and isolate on Jolie. That's basically the order of operations. So his Grandmaster Yoda is going to go first, and then his Jedi Knight Revan is going to go and mark my Treya. All right. Now I'm going to yeah. Let's just save the force train for now. I'm going to fracture Yoda. And force train now, and then isolate on Jolie and pass it on to, oh, the mark went away. That's weird. Okay, let me see if I can get rid of, or at least ability block on Yoda, stun. All right, now I will remove that critical damage up. All right, battle is still in control. I think we should get our Annihilate in the next turn. Fracture Grandmaster Yoda again. And Annihilate Jedi Knight Revan. Now Savior is not going to be triggered, so we are free. We can feel free to target Grandmaster Yoda and get rid of him. And because Jolie is isolated, um, all of his health up and all that other stuff is not going to work. All right, can just keep it on auto. So that takes care of the Jedi Knight Revan team. So Jedi Knight Revan is not really that uh, threatening in a 3v3 setting, just because a lot of the stats, speed, offense, and all comes from a 5v5 setting. And without a tank, 3v3 setting, Jedi Knight Revan is not as dangerous to take out. You could mirror that as well, but I really don't like Jedi Knight Revan mirrors. Treya is, especially tanky Treya, is a much easier way to take care of that. All right, so we have Treya now, and for Treya, I probably will use my CLS team to take that out. Let's see, CLS, Han, and Chewie. That should take care of this. Let me get rid of Scion first, so I'm not hiding behind the taunts. And then I can focus on, let's see, Nihilus or Treya. Maybe I'll go after Treya. Since in a 5v in a 3v3 setting, Annihilate comes after a long time, so there's nothing much to worry about. You can leave the uh, Nihilus for the last. Okay, that takes care of that team. And now the final Bosk team in this zone. Now Bosk is again something that I will usually use the JTR in a 5v5 setting, but in a 3v3 setting, since there's no, if especially if you can get your troopers faster than them, if you have a weak bounty hunter, like in this case 15k health, 20k protection, you can go with a three member trooper team to take out to get a quick win. So what I'm going to do is, so his Greedo is 213 speed, his Boba is 214 speed, and Bosk is at 231 speed. A lot of protection, but Bosk I'm anyway going to leave till the end. So my troopers are going to go before this. And let's go ahead and use my Veers, Stark, and range for this. Now, the advantage of this is your range is going to go before your, like, I think my goal would be to take care of Greedo in the first turn itself, and range will go first to put retribution on everyone. So even if Boba goes next and ends up doing mass ability blocked on everyone, the retribution is going to end up countering him, and hopefully that should finish him off. So let's see if that happens. All right, so let's try to get rid of Greedo. Retribution up is on, and we have all buffs on everyone. Boba is probably going to go next. All right. Now we are stuck behind the taunt, which is not good. Ooh, and Boba executed as well. This may not have been a good idea. Yeah, troopers, unless you're going against three weak teams, troopers is not a good idea over here against beefy teams in 3v3. You can get away in a 5v5 setting just because you've got so much more damage, but probably not in a 3v3 setting. All right, I am going to let's see what I can do with the troopers. Maybe I'll go in with with let's see, who do I use against troopers? Maybe I can use my crew team. I probably might not use my crew team anymore. Um, yep, I can go ahead and use crew with Kylo Ren and First Order Executioner. This should control them. Okay, let's stun Bosk and start working on Boba. Okay. So Boba is almost gone, and now let's take care of Bosk. So this was pretty straightforward. I should probably use this first, but I was curious to see if troopers would work or not. And in a 3v3 setting, unless all three characters are really, really weak, troopers are not going to work. All right. Yeah. Bosk and against Bosk, First Order is a hard counter, and that should be extremely effective. Okay, so we have cleared the top zone. Let's see what's at the back. Okay, he's kept crew, GK, Barris, and base. So pretty defense heavy. He's not skimped out on any of the defenses. That means he's probably not planning to attack any of my teams, which is fine. It gives me good practice against what is over here. All right, now against the GK Barris and Chase team, I probably am going to use my Vader. That's a very effective counter against them. There's almost no damage over there, and as long as I have Vader and a tank and maybe another character with dots, I think I should be able to get through that, and maybe Rex Wampa for the crew team. But let's go below over here and see what we have and see what we can use to counter that. Now against the Kira team, I'll probably just take my JTR and handle it with that. This should do the job. I'm wondering if I should take. Yep, I think this should be fine. So dispel. Hopefully, Days lands. Days did not land. Okay. Let's see if we can get rid of Kira in one shot. Yep. Okay, so Kira is gone. Now we just have to get rid of Vandor. Okay. Now Days has landed, which is good. Let's not let Vandor get prepared. Take care of him. And now it's just a matter of focusing down on L3. Okay. All right, so this one is taken care of, and let's see what we have below. So 54 banners there. Let's see what else we have here. Right, we have a Basti team with Scoundrels, and then we have Night Sisters with Nest. All right. Let's take my own Basti Jedi team against these guys. I probably will take Basti Ezra and Jedi Knight Anakin. Basti and Ezra both have got dispels, which should help against Zalbar. And Jedi Knight Anakin has got AoEs, which could help to finish off mission. Um, yep, let's see if we can do that. So Basti. Oh, I've got my Jedi Knight Revan team as well. I'll probably use that against the Mother Talzin Nest team. Okay, so Basti, Ezra, and I was going to use Jedi Knight Anakin. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Sure, I probably got something with Days, but I really wanted to get in Jedi Knight Anakin just because of his basic over here, which is buff immunity. All right, so now let me see if I can work on mission there. Yeah, that buff immunity was the main reason that I wanted Anakin. All right, now let's just whittle down on Basti. Okay, so we dispel that taunt and take care of Basti, and then it's pretty straightforward to take care of Zalbar after that. All right, 54 banners there. Now the last team over here, I'm just going to go with Jedi Knight Revan to take care of this. Or can I use something else? Maybe I can use Boba, Jango Bosk. But I'm probably not going to use my Jedi Knight Revan anywhere else. So let me just go in with that. Do I have any more Jedi? All right, let's just go in with that. Okay, let's focus down on... We'll have to kill her twice. Okay, that's once. That's twice. And that's done. Now just get rid of zombie and then just focus down on nest, and we'll make it pretty simple. There we go. Okay, so let's see what's at the back. And he's kept his EP, Vader, and Ewoks team. All right. Could have used Basti against the EP team as well, but so essentially he's kept everything on offense. I mean, except for CLS and JTR, those are the only two teams that I see missing from here. Everything else my opponent has kept on offense, and there's no way that just CLS and JTR is going to be able to take down all of these teams. He doesn't have Jedi Knight Revan on offense, no Treya, no bounty hunters, no Basti, so it's going to be, and no crew as well, so it's going to be tough for my opponent. All right, let's see what we can do against the GK Barris team. Now I like to go with Vader against GK Barris teams just because there's they have no damage at all, and there's yeah, there's no damage over there at all, and I can apply plenty of dots and just wait for the team to die down. So maybe I'll use this team because Cyan has got a dispel as well. That should help with all the foresight and all that these guys give out, and just wait them out with this team. That's going to be my plan. Okay. Some more dots. Let's see. Healing immunity. ability block. Now, ability block goes through foresight as well for Jedi. So I can either apply ability block on Kenobi or maybe on Barriss because don't want her to heal. There she goes. Okay, now let's just work on Kenobi. Ability block. So absolutely no damage on this team at all, which is why it's so easy to just wait them out. There we go. All right. So that team is taken care of. Now for the crew team, what do I have left? I think I have Rex Wampa. What else do we have below here? Maybe I use Rex Wampa against EP because I could use the tenacity up. What's the speed on his Vader? Yeah, I think I could use Rex Wampa against this. So clone troopers. Attacker and let's see who else we have. Rex Wampa and Talzin or Rex Wampa Hermit Yoda. Maybe go with Hermit Yoda, I think. Okay. Okay, let's give this to Wampa. Apply some days. There you go. This is why this is a perfect counter to it, because days completely neutralizes EP teams, and the debuffs are not going to land because of tenacity up. So it's so this guy is a perfect counter to EP. All right, that should take care of EP, and then just Vader. There we go. Okay, so Rex Wampa has taken care of the EP team. We have Ewoks, Zera, Chirpa, Elder, and no damage on that one. There's no Wicked, there's Logray. And we have Crew. All right, now I have my Kira Nest team, which I can probably use against Ewoks. And I have my Talzin team and I have my Bounty Hunter team. Let's see. I wanted to try my Bounty Hunter team out, which is going to be Django lead. I wanted to see how these guys do. Django, Boba, and Bosk. All right, let's try this team out. I was curious about this because I've been leaving this team on defense, and wanted to get a feel of how it actually performs on defense. Well, I've been leaving Zam on defense instead of Boba, but all right, apply burning. So that's the advantage here. Burning will prevent any turn meter gains, and which is the equivalent of days, which is pretty effective against a first order executioner, against a first order in general. All right, I'm going to apply some ability blocks so that this guy doesn't stun and taunt anyone. Healing immunity, which is again extremely good. Wow, this team is pretty good on offense. Both Boba and Django hit extremely hard. Yeah, the main thing on defense is getting the clocking the speeds right so that you have the right people going after the right time. And in a 3v3 setting, you if you're going with Zam, you typically want Zam to go first, and then your boss to be the next fastest so that um, he can apply the ability block. He can apply the taunt and then get frenzy. And then anytime any bounty hunters use any specials, he would go ahead and go immediately afterwards. So clocking the team is extremely important. All right. Now for the Ewoks, I will probably use my Kira Nest team with yeah, let me just go with this one. Yeah, probably overkill, but I have my full roster left. Okay, apply some days and let's get some stagger. Okay, let's stun Elder. And get rid of Elder. Chirpa and and finally Logray. All right. So pretty straightforward sweep. There's I'm really not that worried about this particular battle. It was just a test anyway. My real test is going to be the third one. And let me show you briefly what who I'm maybe facing in my finals. So I I faced Ace Oz just now in my second round. In my final round, I'll be either facing Sark, who's got a 6-star double Zetad Malak. My Malak is only single Zetad. Or I might be facing Maula Lisa from Friend to the Jedi Popular, who's also got a double Zetad Malak, only 5 stars, but uh, but but pretty good. So both those guys are going to fight it out, and I'm going to face one of them in the finals. Let's see how that goes. All right, so that was just my brief takedown of my opponent in the second round. I realized that I have only to place 10 teams, not 11 teams. I found out that after I made my last video that one of my opponents in the group of 8 was actually below 4 million GP, and that's the reason that we all of us in our group had to place only 10 on defense and not 11. So which is why we have maybe a little extra available on offense as well. But yeah, so that's just another note that I wanted to make. All right, so we have so that's the end of the round two of Grand Arena. I'll be back in a couple of days with the round three, and that is going to be a more interesting match. I'm looking forward to that one. I still haven't faced Darth Malik in Grand Arena yet, so looking forward to that. And I think I'm going to be trying out something new on defense as well, just because I know that I'll be facing someone strong on offense. So I'll keep what I can to take down Darth Malik and Darth Revan, but I plan to keep a few surprises on defense, just to make sure that my opponent, if they've watched any of my videos so far, they they don't know my strategy so far. So that's going to be my goal. Stay tuned and watch for my next video in a couple of days. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys later.